Hello everyone, I'm Alia.
And I'm Relevance.
We are members of It's On Us, a student-led organization under VPVA, which is the Office of Violence Prevention and Victim Assistance.
And this is Talk It Out, a show where our campus tells us about current events, relationship, or tough topics.
This week's episode is... You can follow us on our Instagram, It's On Us Run.
And _VPVA.
I think it's harder because men, like, when you talk about, like, oh, I got sexually assaulted by another female or something like that, it's like they don't want to tell anybody else, maybe because they feel like, oh, I'm weak, or like other men are going to judge them for being weak, like, why'd you let a woman hit you, or like, I don't want to use profanity, but a wuss or something like that.
I feel like it's like the general image that's created about men and women. Like, men are supposed to be seen as, like, strong. So, and I feel like people have more sympathy towards women as opposed to men just because of that image that's created in the mind.
We're, like, created to, like, be strong, like the stronghold of the family. So if a girl is hitting the boy, like, it's hard for us to, like, hit a girl because we're gonna, like, be like a weak link and stuff like that.
The society's stigma on men, like, they're always told to put, like, their, like, a guard on their emotions.
Honestly, depends on how you're raised too, because they can't show that emotion like how women can show emotion.
A lot of resources, they're not, like, catered to men.
With all due respect, like, that's messed up. I feel like for both genders, you should give them the same resources, the same, like, support and everything.
Men go through domestic violence. It's not only women. It's not a women problem. It's not a women issue. I think it's just like a people issue at the end of the day. Yeah.
Because of the stigma that's around their mental health. So they feel like if they try to reach out for help, then it's like, oh, you're less of a man, your manhood is threatened. When in reality, like, yeah, maybe we do put that pressure on them, but we're moving towards not trying to put that pressure to make it okay, where they can be comfortable and they have that safe space to talk about their mental health and show that it's not about your manhood, it's about you. We care about you, your well-being.
Because oftentimes you don't hear this happening to men. Although it is very real and acceptable, I just think that it's more stigmatized towards women, and, like, a lot of times men's values aren't heard.
I think it's very hard to rehabilitate their sort of public image. Now, I think there's plenty of resources. I think that men have to better internalize it with themselves through therapy and the people who actually know them and really cherish their well-being. But I think publicly, especially, the more you have, like, a public standing, if you're a public figure or you're just a popular person with a lot of looser connections.
So how even in our own social groups, our own families, the men we look up to or hang around with, aspects like that, we don't really take seriously because I believe it's toxic masculinity, the idea how a man has to be tall, strong, has to be not emotionless against things like that. It's a sad fact that we can't really integrate the emotional aspect of a friendship as much as how women do or other people do. And I believe, honestly, I wish we could integrate that. It's a scary thing to go do that.
Thank you for watching this episode of Talk It Out.
And we hope to see you next time.